Hi, this is Mandy from Sunflowers and Doors. Welcome back to my channel. So today we're finishing off the next part of the Bumblebee journal. And what I'm trying to do with this is I'm trying to do a piece of, like a page, if you like, of this at a time. In the first video we did a multi-page or multi-flip piece. And in this one here, I'm just going to do some really simple tuck spots, but I'm going to show you how you can then jazz those up quite a bit. So this is kind of a new concept for me, because normally when I do a video, I just show you the bare bones on how to make them, but I'm going to show you how you would then jazz them up as well. So I've cut that into two pieces. It started off with a 12 by 12, and I've cut that into a 6 by 12, two of them. And now I'm going to cut them down even further into a 6 by 6. So we'll have 4 6 by 6s. They haven't got to be perfect, but 4 6 by 6s is what we're going to play with. Now I'm going to take two of these straight away, and I'm going to cut them down even further, and I'm going to take another inch off them so that they are 5 by 6 pieces. Okay, so we took our 12 by 12, we cut her into 4 6 by 6s. We've taken two of those 6 by 6s, we've cut them even further down. Now the way I've done it, this is my pattern. If it was directional, it wouldn't be a problem, but I've taken it off the width of this rather than the height. So I've taken an inch off the width rather than the height, and I end up with two 5 by 6s, 5 by 6, and two 1 by 6 pieces. Okay, I'm going to take these. Okay, this is my journal pages, and I'm going to create two tucks. Really simple. Okay, I'm going to round the corners on these, because I think sometimes it just looks a little bit nicer. Not sure that wouldn't round particularly well. Okay, so two simple tuck spots, deep tuck spots. We could stop there if we wanted to, but we're not going to. We're going to embellish these a little bit more. Okay, so for the first one, I'm going to, normally I would use this 6 by 1 for this. Now if you're using one piece of 12 by 12, you can still do that, but because of what I'm going to do, I want to kind of use paper that I think contrasts better, and this does that. Okay, so I'm going to cut it down so that I've got 5 by, my width here is 5, so I want 5 by 1, so 1 inch. Yeah, 1 inch tall by 5 inches long. So if you were using the piece that you cut off, all you would be doing is looking to cut off an inch off the end. This is going to go across here as a belly band. Okay, so I'm going to cut that the wrong height, haven't I? Yeah. Yeah, okay. Sorry, it is right, 6 by thing, but I'm also going to cut an inch off this one here. So, or 1.5 inches I might do off this one. So this one is 1.5 inches by 6 inches tall. So if you were using your piece again, it would just literally sit like that. And that does look really good. It actually, I think, looks better than that. I think it does look better than that. So I'm going to stick with my original piece here. And I'm going to position it as a belly band, and I'm going to position it in between the bees as much as I can. so that you can still see your bees. You've got a belly band to go with it. So I'm going to have to cut off some of those wings, but that's okay. Okay, so we've got a belly band here. Okay. And just so that I haven't confused you too much, we used the piece that we'd cut off our pocket anyway. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make a really, really simple altered paper clip. Now, I've got some of these in my stash like this anyway, where I've just twisted them over and twisted them over just because they had a little bit of interest. I'm going to take my second piece of 6x1 and I'm going to fold it on itself at an angle, like that. Okay, I'm going to feed the one part through the bottom underside of my paper clip, and I am going to just glue this top and bottom piece together. Now, because it's at an angle, just be careful where you put your glue. Okay. So we've got our altered paper clip there, which I would clip on the side here, like that. Or you could clip it on the side here, like that, however you want to do it. Okay, so we've now got a text spot with a belly band and a piece altered paper clip. Now I've still got paper over here from this 6x6. I'm going to fold that paper in half. I can find my bone folder, that is. So I folded my paper in half, okay? And then I'm going to take just a little bit off the bottom. Doesn't really matter how much you take off. I'm just going to take a little bit off the bottom. Okay. And I'm going to create for myself almost like a little passporty type booklet, if you like. I'm going to get some coffee dyed paper or vintage paper. Something that's a bit bigger than that, I think. It's a nice colour there. I'm going to put a piece in here just so that we've got a journal spot. And again, I'm not measuring, I'm just, I did that on a right angle though. Oh, that was okay. So I'm not measuring, I'm just popping that in here. It's not going to cover the full page. We're good with that. It's just a little written, or a little hidden rather, writing spot. So that's going to go in there like that. And on this side, I'm going to use a piece of this. This was the bit that I cut off our fold over. I'm going to use a piece of this and I'm going to put that on here, excuse me, as a text spot. Okay, I'm going to take a little bit off the edge. I'm going to glue it down the one side and across the bottom, and that is going to pop in there like that as a text spot. And then on the front, just because I've got the paper, I'm going to put another pocket. So this is about using all of the scraps where you can and building out, so whatever you put in your page, so if you want a text spot, you want a pocket, whatever you want, and then just building on that so that you're getting the best from that piece of ephemera. It's not just a basic piece, it's got lots of different functions, and it just makes it really, really interesting then for the person who gets your journal. Okay, so on this side here then, we've got our text spot with a belly band. We've just created a little passport type piece. So we've got a pocket here. We open it up, we've got a text spot there and some writing paper here. If you really want to go to town, you can put something on the back. And we're going to tack that inside our text spot like that. Okay. And then we're going to add our altered paper clip there, like that. And that will go in the corner of a journal page. And you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different functions, if you like, just with that one piece. So that's our one side. On this other side, I am going to create a pocket, but that pocket is going to be out of coffee dyed tracing paper. So I'm just going to put a little mark where I want that to go, and I'm just going to trim that down. And we're going to glue this on our page here. Okay. You can use double-sided tape if you prefer. In the last project I used double-sided tape and glue to show the comparison. I actually think I preferred the glue look. It does crinkle a little bit with glue, but it's the double-sided tape I've got is quite wide. So this then goes on here, like that. Okay, we've got a tiny bit of wiggle room, and then you just want to give it a good rub down to make sure that that's really adhered. Okay, so we've got a nice deep side pocket. I'm going to take another piece of paper here, and I'm going to use this. I don't have any of either of these left, so it's got to be a different piece. But I'm going to pop that here. Going to make a little mark here, and I'm going to create another belly band. But this belly band is going to go over. Hang on. I'm telling porcupines I have got some of this left, but do I want to use it? No, we'll stick with this. We'll stick with this. So this is going to be attached over here, like that. And that is going to be just a really small belly band. Like that. So we've got a pocket and we've got a belly band. Okay. You could put another pocket, you could have put another pocket on the bottom rather, if that's something that you wanted. But what I'm going to do with this piece now is I'm going to grab a piece of my paper that I've got hanging around, scrap, and I'm going to start folding it. So I'm going to fold it over and over and over and over, like that. I'm going to cut a piece off of both of these corner pieces. Now, let me just think how they're going to go. Like that, so I need to cut like that. So we've got almost like a little envelope type effect. We've got a little bit of our card left over, which I'm just going to add on here for a bit of interest. Okay. Now you may be shouting, you can see the pen mark, but it's one of those friction pens, so I'll just rub that off. Okay, like that. And I think I'm going to put something on here just to bling it a little bit. I think I'm going to go again with some of these darker pieces. Oh, come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on. On there like that. And I might put another one on there. Like that. Okay. So what we actually have here is we have a piece of paper that will fold down and down and down and down. Gives you loads of journaling space front and back. And it just really cutely pops over your belly band like that. Now it's going to stick up, want to kind of stick up at the moment. That's only because it's new. Once it's in your journal, it'll stay in your journal and it'll stay flat. You can either just use that as it is, or you can put something else behind it. Whatever it is you want to do there. I'm going to take this small piece that we got left over from another project and I'm going to fold that in half. I'm going to make sure that it's not taller than our pocket. And again, what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab some scrap paper. Make sure that fits. It does just. Get my ruler and take this top bit off. And then I'm going to glue both of these down. So that one. And there is number 2. So we've just got like a little folder that we're going to pop in our pocket there. So we've got 2 text spots. They don't have to face each other. You can put them on whatever pages you want to. We've got a big text spot here, a belly band, and folded in that belly band is just a piece here with a pocket on the front, text spot here, writing space here. And that just pops in there. And then we've also done an altered paper clip just for interest. You could, if you really wanted to, put some paper on the back, just you've got a bit of a writing spot, but happy with that as it is there. And then on this side here, we've got the other side tech spot. This time we've used tracing paper, coffee dyed tracing paper to create our pocket. We've created a belly band, a fold down writing spot with loads of journaling space, and that's just from our scraps. We've jazzed it up just a little bit, and then we've got another card with 2 little journal spots in there that we've just popped in there. So 2 really, really, really simple text spots, but just with some ideas on how to make them a little bit more than a text spot ready for your journals. Hope you enjoyed that, and if you want to leave me any comments, do so in the section below. It is always good to hear from you guys. Would love to hear from you. Otherwise, I will catch you in the next video. Okay, so until then, stay safe, be well, and I'll speak to you soon.